Hello? 1 2 1 2 test. Frank Z. Post Frank Z in the chat if you can hear me. Alright. Just a moment here. Alright, we are ready to go. So we shall go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, so this is very different from a regular Fangame. This Fangame is very combat oriented. I should say I want to be the guy Fangame, not just Fangame, because we have other Fangames now, so that's pretty cool. We're going to be noticing that this game is very combat oriented. There's a lot going on. I'm not going to be able to explain absolutely everything, because there's too much. Okay. There's a lot going on. Let's talk about the weapons first. It's actually the main reason I started playing the game was because of the weapons. So we have 4 weapons in this game. We have the pistol, which is your standard Fangame pistol, where you mash shoot. It's pretty much never... It's used once in a run at a very, very niche place. But all the other weapons are really interesting. So we got machine gun, which is auto-fire. All the weapons are auto-fire except for the pistol. No safety saves. Don't choke. Easy. The machine gun is just like constant good damage. The interesting ones are the shotgun and rocket launcher. So the shotgun does the same amount of damage as the machine gun, but it hits 17 times. The key thing to note with that is that the shotgun is always better DPS than the machine gun. So you're going to be seeing me switch to shotgun a lot and try to get close to enemies to do a lot of damage. Now the interesting weapon is the rocket launcher. Nice. This weapon will always deal 30 damage no matter what, which is a lot lower than like standard machine gun and shotgun. Oh. The thing with this game is that enemies actually have armor, which will make your weapons deal less damage. However, the rocket launcher will always deal 30 damage no matter what. I should have got that save. Alright, we're good. Rocket launcher will always deal 30 damage no matter what. So against really high defense enemies... oh, the cones. Oh, that's hilarious. Against really high defense enemies, I want to be switching to the rocket launcher. So here we have the first boss. The way this game works is that you have 3 levels and then a boss. It's very fast-paced. This first boss is pretty simple. Now, every single boss in this game has something which I like to call an rage phase, where at the end, the boss goes like full crazy, and it's usually a lot harder, or like more interesting. So here's the enrage phase for this. I wish more Fangames did enrage phases, because they're like, I like them a lot as long as they're done right, and it's not like much harder than everything else. That's the first boss. This is the rod. This game ramps up in difficulty very, very quickly. So right now it's not too bad, but at the end of the game you're going to be seeing it is really, really tough. Especially the last boss. It is not unheard of that people double their game time on the final boss. When I play this, I got to the final boss in about 9 hours. Hold on. Okay. I got to the final boss in about 9 hours, and then I took 10 hours on the final boss. Okay, this is really complicated. Oh! Sneaky guy. Nice. So pay attention to the this next level. So I'm exiting this level at like a train station. This next level is super cool with the visuals. So pay attention to the background on this next level. So we're at a train station right now. Oh, I'm slow. Go. Oh, that's close. Now the train starts moving. We've got train crabs, of course. Now like in the forest. It's like moving forwards. I love this level. The visuals, super cool. Go forward. And here at the end, now we arrive at the mountains. How cool is that? Actually feels like a train. By the way, this level is super easy. One of the easiest levels in the game. So there's two more kind of like mechanics in the game. You can hold down plus jump to slide, which is a really awkward key combination because sometimes you accidentally press jump before down, which means you jump instead of sliding. And then we enter this level at the train station. I love that, it's so cool. You can slide, which you'll be seeing me do a lot. I want to slide a lot because it's faster. Go figure. And then there's another hidden thing. Oops. Okay. I'm gonna grab this safety save. You should don't take that save. There's another hidden thing where you can actually moonwalk. So if you press, for example, left, you press and hold left, and then you press and hold right at the same time. You will actually move to the right while facing to the left. So you can use that to moonwalk and increase damage that way. This level ending is great. Firing squad! Now you can actually combine these two things and you can moon slide. You can slide backwards and fire like the other direction, which is really kind of hard to do. Took me a while to get used to that. Alright, here we have second boss. Don't switch to angel mode. I guess I can talk about that. So this game actually has two difficulties. Got angel mode, which is a lot easier. You get 3 HP on platforming and 5 HP on bosses. And the boss attacks are nerfed. So if you feel like you want to play this, but it's like way too hard for you, you can play angel mode. And it's still pretty fun. And there's also 2 characters in this game. I'm playing the Time Machine character. There's also the best guy character, which is actually the worst guy character. I don't understand why anyone would play him. The old world record holder, actually, there's an enraged face by the way. The previous world record holder actually plays exclusively with best guy. Now the thing with best guy, hold on, let me just concentrate. Okay, the thing with the best guy character is that he cannot short hop. So even if you tap the jump button, he will still do a full jump, and he's really floaty. So he's like awful to play with. I don't know. I don't get why he even exists. But yeah, I play exclusively with this character. Okay, now we're on World 3. This is my least favorite world. Mostly because of the second level. Which you're going to be seeing soon. Here's a tricky bit. Hopefully I first tried. Nice. This is a good run. Wow. The difficulty will pick up a lot after the third boss. The fourth boss is where you're... On your first playthrough, you're like, okay, what happened to the difficulty curve? The fourth boss is very, very hard. But fair. Anyone who says boss 4 is unfair is wrong. I love boss 4. So yeah, boss 4 is where the difficulty really picks up. Don't slide in the sewers. Right. So I need to remember to not slide on 4-3 at the start of it, because I always do that. Okay, this is the worst level in the game because of these RNG fish. These lobsters only hurt me when they're charging. So I can actually pass through them if they're not charging. Here I can save, restart, and then just run past this guy without killing him. Wow, that's a really good 3-2. Usually that goes a lot worse because of the RNG. And to finish off World 3, it's 3 levels per world, by the way. To finish off World 3, we got the easiest level in the whole game. And before I die. I don't need that save, but I still take it. Just to be safe, I guess. I don't know. Ooh. So we got some lovely mechanics where you can't see anything. Good. And here's the end, where you just have to shoot these guys down. Sometimes you get lucky, you can actually skip some of these guys. They do like to hide behind the tiles, so you need to be careful, because they can easily get you behind the tiles. Alright, boss 3. This is the longest boss in the game, except for the final boss. It's not too bad though. I did die on this boss in my war record. My war record is 3154, by the way. The reason why the estimate is so high is because so much can go wrong because there are RNG in this game. Boss 5 has a lot of unfair RNG that just kills you like half the time, for example. And final boss is super hard. Okay, got a tentacle sadly. So I need to kill those before we can progress here. Okay, I messed up. Oh, I didn't die. I thought I died like 40 times there. Okay. A lot of the time in bosses you'll see that their HP locks at a certain number. That is because that's their like enrage phase number. So right there you saw for a little bit that it locked at 834. Because that's when this phase starts. This phase is actually half the fight. And the reason why I'm using rocket launcher now is because the boss armor is higher now. Oh. Which means that rocket launcher is actually higher DPS. Even though it seems a lot slower. Have to use it because of the boss armor. Or not just boss armor, just armor in general. Because like regular enemies have armor as well. There we go, nice. This is a good run. Wow, 5 deaths. I think I'm actually ahead of my war record right now. But in my war record, I played like extremely well after boss 4. I lost like no time at all. So I'm gonna lose all that time after boss 4. That's good. Alright, world 4. This world is pretty interesting. With these cameras. You can also hide in a box to like hide from the cameras. I didn't even know that was a thing on my first playthrough. And I'm pretty sure like no one does that. It's really weird. I guess I can show it. You can hide like this. Here's a needle. These jumps are actually surprisingly hard. Okay. Box. That double diamond jump is extremely hard with the best guy character, because he can only full jump. So you can imagine how much of a pain that is. Okay, I recently found a new strat for this level, and it's hard, so let's see if I can do it. Oh, I aggroed that thing. I don't know what to do now. Just go, I guess. Oh god. Okay. Just... Okay, that works. Here I have to stay at the bottom because there are the turrets at the top. Kind of hard to see. Everything is gray in this game. Okay, don't slide at the start of 4-3. Don't slide. This game is really fun to run, by the way. I like it a lot. In terms of speedrunning. I... Okay. It's not even that funny. Okay, here I'm gonna go at the top, kill these snipers, and I'm gonna trigger this thing at the bottom. Now this thing is actually timed. Eventually the camera will like unsnap, and you can just go past it. So instead of dealing with all that nonsense, I'm just gonna stay up here and then fall down. Okay, that was... I think those things are RNG, I'm not sure though. I've never managed to figure out how that works. I'm pretty sure they're RNG, but I don't know. Good. I guess I'll... Okay, I don't know what the hell that was. This jump is hard. Got it. Okay. Alright, now the difficulty gets real. Dark Souls of Fangame. Same. This is the where the difficulty really picks up in your first playthrough. This boss can easily take you 2 hours. I practiced it a lot, so hopefully I should not take too long. I do die a bunch on this fight. So the key thing with this fight is that you need to prioritize your shooting. You need to kill soldiers and tanks ASAP. The best way to kill tanks is like that, by going under them and then shooting a rocket from underneath. That is the best way to kill the tanks. This soldier's gonna shoot. You need to kind of like memorize the timer, because those soldiers can easily catch you off guard. You can also slide under those shots. Something that pretty much no one figures out because it's really obscure. This is the enraged phase with the sniper. Come on, come down. This is pretty unlucky. I need to go away because of that. If blue is in the top right and red is in the bottom left, you never want to be close to red. Otherwise you can get walled. See a lot of people make a mistake. So you need to pay attention to both of them at the same time. Oh, that was my bad. This boss is really hard. So you're seeing me use the moon sliding here, which is a four button combination. I've done this boss like so many times, but I still die to it because it's just so hard. There's so many things that can happen because you're dealing with two bosses at the same time. Oh, that sniper shot though. That was close. Nice. And we're going directly into the hardest world in the game in terms of levels. For that sheet. Oh god. Every single level in World 5 is really hard. They're also really long. You're gonna be noticing a lot of explosions. Especially here. This is one of the hardest parts of the whole game. Because of the ending. This right here. Ah, missed it. You need to time your jumps really well in order to make that, because of the down arrows. Those down arrows that push you down. These green arrows make you run fast. Nice. This section is really tough. And now we're going full-on America style. We are killing eagles with a rocket launcher. Because why not? America! Alright, that's 5-1. 5-2 is the hardest level in the game. And 5-3 is the second hardest level. America bag. Oh god. Should have shotgun there. Oh. Nice. More eagles. Ooh. Nope. That crystal is a troll. Don't jump in that. Oh, we got good RNG here. The crystal cycles are RNG, and you have to slide under that one. So sometimes you just have to wait. Very nice. Now for the second hardest level in the game. Wonder if this game will have any bro enemies. Funny that you mentioned that. So right here at the start, there is 2 paths. If you take the left path, it's much easier, but it takes like twice as long. Maybe 3 times longer. This path is much harder, but it's way faster, so you have to take this path. Not too bad. And here we have everyone's favorite enemy in this game. It's Snail Bro. Before you say that's not a snail, it's definitely a snail. He's Snail Bro. Yep. Pretty much the most pointless enemy in the game. Just wastes your time. It's hilarious. Ooh, good RNG there. I didn't want to risk that one, so I'm just gonna wait. Okay, now we're on to boss 5. This boss is really, really RNG heavy. There's a very good chance that I will just die to no fault of my own. So, no run is a run until this boss is dead. And her rage triggers at half HP. Okay, this can explain the witch HP. So, killing the witch will stun her for a little bit amount of time, and also deal 900 damage to the tree. What I want to do is kill the witch once, then bring... There's a snail there. That's what the area is. Then bring the tree HP to about... Oh, just before half, so like 1550-ish. And then I want to attack the tree, bring it down to the enrage phase, and save my stun. Because the enrage phase is a lot harder. So a lot more bad RNG can happen. Because of that. So I want to save the stun. So if I notice, oh, I'm about to be put into a bad situation. Also, can I stop lying? If I notice that I'm going to be put into a bad situation, I can just stun the witch. And then have a very good chance of killing the boss. My consistency on this boss increased a lot when I started doing that. I need to be careful though, because the crystals actually swap location. So I can't put it into the enrage phase when the fish comes in at the same time. That fish. I can call it the fish. Okay, snail. Definitely want to kill the snail. If the boss is very low HP, then you can actually ignore the snail. Okay. Okay, right now I want to shoot the tree. I have a... Okay, careful with the fish. Alright. Pray for RNG. Come on, don't move away. Move! Oh, thank you. Alright. That's the most unfair boss in the game done. Ooh. Okay, now we're into World 6, which is the last world in the game. You're gonna be noticing, why is the estimate so high? Well, we still have the final boss. The final boss, a lot can go wrong in the final boss. In practice, I got Bird Guy 3 times. If you don't know what that is, then don't worry about it. But when I was practicing today, I got bird guy 3 times, and the final boss just took forever as a result. Here's a cool strat. I love doing that. Yeah, a lot can go wrong on the final boss. That's why I set the estimate so high. The final boss also has one of the hardest Fangame attacks I've ever seen. Namely the laser... Oh! The laser spam on the first phase of the final boss. Which is a lot harder than it looks. It looks hard. It's even harder than it looks, that attack. I'll talk about that when we get there, though. Well, bird guy is just, like, impossible. I don't see how it's possible to be consistent. I did beat bird guy, I think 3 times in a row once. I was like, holy crap. And now I can't do it anymore. It's pretty much luck for me, because my reaction time is slightly slower than average. So that doesn't help. These copters are pretty troll. Okay, I want to slide from that location. Puts me in a really good spot to do all that nonsense. Those shots, though. I need to grab the save and then hit R to make this statue stop firing his bombs. And then you can just stand here to avoid all the nonsense. I think you're supposed to clear all of them, but there's no reason to. I love the audio stacking there. Never gets old. I meant bird guy in the final boss, not the bird guy boss in boss rush. This game has a lot of extra content, like a lot more than you might think. So there's 8 bosses in the main game, and there are 29 optional bosses. 29. Not joking. I do have a 100% run for the bonus stream, so make sure to also catch that if you're interested in the ridiculous final bosses, or optional bosses. Right here is where I actually use the pistol, and the reason for that is because the machine gun actually has a spread to it. What the hell did I just do? Okay. Hello? Hello? Alright. But yeah, the machine gun has a spread to it, but the pistol doesn't. And if you get bad RNG on the spread, you can actually... you might actually miss enough shots that the dudes don't die. It has happened to me once, even though it's like super rare. This guy's pretty annoying. Okay, he's dead. So this is the only place where I use the pistol. That truck is a goddamn tank. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, that's the last level in the game. Now we're reaching the final bosses. This is a really good run, wow. Now, I might still, like, be close to estimate because of the final boss. As I said, I got bird guy 3 times in practice, so that wasn't fun. If you get bird guy, it's pretty much run over, no matter what. So here, I actually want the guy to come over here before I start using shotgun. The reason for that, he has a shadow wall attack. It always spawns to the left of him. So if you're shotgunning when you're like to the left of him, it's very hard to react to it. You're pretty much gonna die instantly. Can you stop doing this? Okay then. Sometimes that attack with the shadow at the top just kills you for no reason, sometimes. So now I need to lure him over to the left again, because of the shadow wall. That attack right there. Always spawns to the left of him. Are we gonna do this in rage now? No. Right now. I've never died after this attack, so we'll see if I can keep that up. Also, on this one, you can just moonwalk and attack. Super easy. Nope, still haven't died after it. Not even my first playthrough. Alright, final boss. This is actually an extremely good run, so hoping I can do this really, really quickly. But this boss is super hard. So, on the first phase, the only hard thing, and it's really, really hard, is the laser spam attack, which triggers at 750 HP of Deus. I want to get Deus first, because he's much harder, and he has a laser attack. So this laser attack is a lot harder than it looks. It doesn't look easy, but it's even harder, I think. It's really hard to explain why it's hard without you having played the game. It's not this one. It's gonna come after this. Okay, right now. I'm gonna focus. Okay, the reason why that attack is hard is not actually like reacting to the bottom one. Reacting to the bottom one is the easy part. The hard part is not jumping into the top one. You'd be surprised on how hard it is to not jump into the top one, even though I just died to the bottom one. You'd be surprised. I knew it. It's so hard to not do that. You're seeing me use a rocket launcher there. That is because the boss gains a lot of armor, and my machine gun does like no damage at all. So the rocket launcher actually becomes better DPS at that point. But it loses the armor after the attack is over. Line, on the other hand, will gain armor and then keep it. Nice. Okay, don't die now. So now his armor is gone. Okay, now we gotta kill Lina as well. A bit nervous. So she will do what I call the phone number attack when she gets low HP. There's going to be a bunch of numbers that appear. I need to press those numbers within a certain amount of time. If I take too long, well, she just gained armor. If I take too long, I will die. If I press the wrong number, I will also die. And if I die, I have to do Deus again. So that attack is really easy to choke. The phone number. You're going to see it now. Also have to dodge attacks at the same time. Got it. Nice. Okay, that's the first phase done. Now it's the second phase. This phase is much harder, but it doesn't... The laser attack is remixed. And the remixed version is actually easier than the regular version. So the damage strats in this boss are really complicated. I'm probably not going to explain it because of how complicated it is. Instead, I'll just try to narrate what I'm doing. So here I want to do 800 damage to Deus without doing 400 damage to Lina. And I want red first. Okay, we got red background first. That's really good. Here are the mini-bosses. There are a total of 18 different mini-bosses, so there's a lot of memorization to this fight. So, because we got Deus first, and I did 800 damage to Deus, he's now going to do his laser spam attack. And I can use shotgun on Lina because Deus has armor. I can use shotgun on Lina and do a lot of damage. This is really hard to do, though. Okay. That was a lot of damage. Now I'm gonna force him into the second intermission. Now we're gonna get blue intermissions, which is the Infuka ones from the Time Machine games. We're gonna get 2 intermissions this time. Just one more. Easy one, please. Okay, this one is actually pretty hard. Okay. Because we got blue second, Lina is now gonna do her orb attack, which is her enrage attack. Now, Deos can't start the final attack without this attack already being done. And you can see the HP is locked at 500, which is the last attack. And also wanted to trigger Deos' enrage attack before Lina's attack, because that means Deos won't have armor right now, because Lina has armor, but Deos won't. So I can use this strategy to do a lot of damage. I'm so nervous. Oh my god! Don't stop the timer yet. Not yet. What a run, dude! What a run! Holy crap! Okay, sorry.
Was that time? Did I miss it?
Not yet.
Oh, when is time?
Soon.
Thank you.
Time. Yeah! Dude, that was such a good run. I'm really happy with that.
Congratulations. My time might not be 100% accurate, but it says 35:42.
Oh man, that's so good. I was
Thanks for
averaging
the run,
about
Denferok.
I was averaging about 40 minutes in practice, so and before this run I got a 55-minute run because I got birdie guy 3 times.
Oh, okay.
I'm really happy
to hear
with
this
that.
one went so well. Well, thank you very much for your run. We're going to be moving on shortly.
Yep. Cool. Thanks for having me, guys.